Hello. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not in the mood to do this. I don't know why. I'm just in a funky kind of mood, but I'm trying to make it a habit that always on Monday I get this done so that I don't get too busy on Tuesday or stress over at Wednesday. And I know it wouldn't hurt me too. It wouldn't, I hate when I have a thought in the middle of another thought, and I'm like, man, oh, I know I don't have to do it at all. Totally lost my train of thought completely. But I'm working with it. And probably once I get going, you won't be able to shut me out anyways. So I actually meant to set a timer so that I didn't go over 15 minutes because I don't want to make a habit of making my videos too long. So I don't want you guys to get to the point where you're like, shut up, Carmen. But, or be quiet if you want to be kid correct about saying the word. But anyways, so because I looked at some of the other vlogs and some of the responses are only like 2 or 3 minutes long, and I'm like, oh well, I'm a lot longer than that. So someone tell me to be quiet. But then when I think about it, they're really just like answering one question, and I've tried to make my vlog maybe about more than one thing. And I have another friend who has a blog, and she does what's called virtual coffee, I think, and she always does it on Tuesday. And I actually kind of liken what I do, kind of like that, but different. And I mean, in hers, it's written, it's not a video, but in hers, she acts like you're literally coming over and sitting down and having coffee. And I guess that's kind of what I like about this, is that I don't get to see some of you guys all the time. Some of you I've never even met in person. But I guess I just feel like it's a chance for me to sit down and talk with you and communicate you about something that's on my heart or on my mind or whatever else. And whether it be just to have you get to know me better or just to have that connection, because I tend to be that kind of a person anyways. I'm all about connecting, and I'm a people person and everything else. So I kind of liken it to that. It's like our weekly chance to sit down and chat, and even though I don't always get feedback, just kidding, you don't have to respond. I'm just always teasing you about that. I seriously don't care if you guys do or don't respond. But it's just that chance to sit down and talk with you. So hopefully this will get me in a good mood though. And I don't know why I'm in a bad mood. I'm tired, and my house is a mess. And I did get a lot of work done. In fact, it's like after 2 o'clock now. So I like made myself get some work done before I even started to sit down and do this. So I just have so much to do, and I'm just struggling with always feeling like I have so much to do. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that today. So anyways, on another vlog, the prompt was, what is or what has been, don't get me started on English, because Joyce, I can't even understand the beginnings of that, so I'm just going to rephrase it either way. What is or what was your best vacation? And kind of like the question, what is a special moment with each of your kids? I don't have one vacation that's really been phenomenal. We've gone on several vacations. We used to travel a lot with the kids, and it's just been that our lives have actually gotten a little bit too crazy. As once the kids got older, they each started going to youth summer camps, and now Angel has Cadet Camp that she goes to every summer, and later this summer, Angel and Jim are taking a missions trip, and we do always go to family camp, and that is by far one of the best vacations. And if that's what we have to do for the rest of our lives, only go to family camp, trust me, I'm very happy with that. Iowa Regular Baptist Camp, the bomb. I grew up there, which makes it even better. Grew up there going every single summer, and then we took a break when we were first married, and then we started going back into it as a family. What's Johnny? Like 8 years ago, 7, 8, something like that years ago. Maybe it's 9, because John was 1. Okay, so I'm in 2002. So 9 years ago is when we started going back to family camp, and we love it, and the people that we meet there, and the connections that we make every single summer, not to mention just being filled up by God's word throughout the week and stuff. So that is definitely one of our best vacations. But I really kind of miss, we used to travel everywhere. My kids have never been in an airplane. because number one, it's too expensive and for all of us to fly, and number two, we just like to drive everywhere. We've driven to the Grand Canyon, California. We went upstate to San Francisco. We were downstate with Jim's dad and visited. We've been to Disney. We've been to Catalina Island. We've done, I'm trying to think of what else we did there. But the whole Los Angeles area, I've been downtown. I've been to that Chinese theater or whatever. We've been to Vegas. We've been to Colorado. We've been to Mount Rushmore. Lots of different things in Colorado. Got lost, totally lost down a river canyon. That's a whole other story. What else have we been? We've been to New Orleans. We've been to Mexico several times. Of course, that's pretty easy because I still have family down there, but my kids can say they've been to Mexico several times. Everybody except for Carmen. She was in utero the last time we went to Mexico. We've been out to the East Coast. We've done Virginia Beach. We've done North Carolina, South Carolina, the whole D.C. area. We've done that. So we've done a lot of traveling, and we did it all by car, and we stopped along the way. I mean, there's just so much to see here in the United States, and we've seen a lot of it, and there's still so much more that I really wish we could go do, and hopefully someday we will, just for now with our schedules and everything else. So I don't have a best vacation ever. They're all good vacations that we go with our family because we feel like we make every single one of them memorable no matter where we go or what we do. So, okay. And then I actually kind of wrote a few notes here, just a little impromptu, so I don't, because I tend to totally forget stuff, and then I turn off the camera and I'm like, why didn't I remember that? And I'm not even to the real topic that I'm wanting to get to. So, anyways, I connected to the original blog that I got the vlog idea from, and she gets her prompts from another vlog, and that one has another one that she connects to that has like a vlog topic of the month, and the one for April, which I realized that we're in May, woo! But the one for April, the question was, who are you really? So, and I just found it interesting because I've actually, and I've said this before, I think in writing, I don't know if I said it verbally, but I've said it in writing, that that's actually a piece that mentally I've been toying around for a really long time about who I really am, because this last year has really been a year of growth and change for me. So that's coming soon to a vlog near you. I shouldn't tease you like that about things I'm going to vlog about and then just like walk away from it, but I'm going to. So, I just happened to see this. I was going to ask if anybody watched the royal wedding. If you haven't seen it by now, then you possibly haven't even turned on a TV or computer because it's been everywhere. So, I did not get up early. I was very tired. That would have been Thursday night. Yeah, I was exhausted. So I just went to bed. I got a full night's sleep. And I actually, when I got up in the morning, I turned on the computer and I saw it on the computer. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. The wedding was today. So I didn't see the wedding. Saw all the playbacks though. I mean, really, you can see almost anything playback within minutes on the internet. I did sit the kids down. The 4 kids that were still home, when they had the royal kiss, we watched the countdown and everything else, and some of my kids were like, okay, what's this about? I'm like, this is history. This will be in the history books for the rest of your lives, for your children and your children's children and everything else. It's going to be in the history books, whether you want to be or not. It's history in the making. So yeah, I saw that live. That was pretty cool and everything else. And then the other thing, kind of sort of not related, I mean, with the whole, I gotta say it right, Osama thing. Okay, he's dead. Woohoo! National history again. Osama's dead. But and I don't mean this in any disrespect, seriously. But I'm already sick of it. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm sick of it. It's because it's everywhere, okay? I actually got on Facebook last night. We didn't have the TV on last night, and I happened to sit down to Facebook, and it was like everywhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh, turn on the TV! Turn on the TV now! Because at first I thought, what? Is this some hoax? I mean, like one person saying, but then I realized like every single person on Facebook was posting the same thing, and I'm like, I betcha that this is actually true. So we turned on the news and started watching it, and lo and behold, and quite honestly, after a while, I was really sick of it. So, and I don't mean that any disrespect to our troops, and I'm not that I'm not patriotic. I am, and it's great. It's, you know, national history and everything. It's just that with media, and this is how it is with anything these days, it goes overboard. So I have no idea why I'm telling you that, other than that I want to tell somebody, and I'm not going to actually put that on my Facebook status, so I don't want any hate over this. I might actually disable the comments on this one, but just being real. I love my troops. I know people that are over there serving right now. I even know personally somebody who died over there, and that's very near and dear to my heart. I'm just sick and tired of hearing about it. There's a difference. I'm going to go hang my flag out in just a minute, just to prove that I'm very patriotic and very happy about this. So, anyway, my real topic of the day, I wish I could see the time on my camera, because then I would be able to see how long I've talked, but I can't, so it's just kind of a guessing game. But I'm gonna move on. Quit stalling. Okay, so what I was going to talk about today was iPods. So, because kind of going along with the questions like, what kind of furniture would you be? What kind of animal would you be? And those answers are supposed to be able to say a little something about you, about who you are, and everything else. And I think sometimes, not always, just one of those things that sometimes the music on your iPod can be something that says something about who you are or what you like or something like that. So we are an actual Apple iPod family. We've got several. I actually got some of them here to show you. All the kids have the older generations like this, and Jim and I have these, and this was actually the very first. This is actually technically an MP3 player, because iPod in its true form actually only refers to the Apple brand, but I know there's so many versions out there. Any other version is actually truly an MP3 player. So this was my first MP3 player. Jim got it for my birthday, I don't know, 4 years ago. I'm trying to think if I had Carmen. No, because I remember listening to this when I was in labor with Carmen. So she was born in 2007. So 2006, Jim got me this for my birthday, and well, not this one. This is not the original one Jim got me. I have more than one story like that. But Jim got me one for my birthday. I was totally surprised, totally happy, because I wanted something like this, and he actually remembered that I said that and got it for my birthday. But like a couple weeks later, we were going out of town, and Jim and I had this really, really bad fight. Like, we were screaming and yelling at each other, and yes, I know the children were present and saw it happen, but it was just one of those moments. In the heat of the moment, we were mad, we were upset, and emotions were flying. So I grabbed my cup of coffee, and it was an open cup of coffee, because I was insisting on having coffee on the road, which was not what the fight was about, but I was insistent at least about that part. I was going to get my way, part of the way, no matter what. And I grabbed my MP3 player, and we were on the interstate. We were just a little bit out. So anyways, I have my headphones on, and I go to grab my iPod, and I have my coffee sitting down in between my legs. So we're in the van, and I go to do something with it. I don't know. And it flips out of my hand. This is like one of those slow motion scenes that I play back in my mind. My precious love is waking up from her nap. Maybe not. She's going to roll back over and go to sleep. So anyways, slow motion, I see it flip out of my hands and down completely into my cup of coffee. And I was like, oh my goodness. So, and hello, the coffee's hot, but I try to like get in there, and I was already bawling at this point, okay? Because seriously, huge fight. I was bawling, and I'm like, oh crap. So I'm reaching in there, burning my hand, trying to get it out, and as you would guess it didn't work anymore, and I had to endure the whole day without my music. And as you will see, because kind of one of my points about this is that I'm a really big music person, so I had to go the whole day without any music to listen to whatsoever. So, and he didn't say it, but I think Jim felt really bad because of our fight, and he upset me. And I'm not saying it was his fault. It was strictly just a freak thing that happened. It was nobody's fault that my iPod fell in my coffee. It just happened. I think he felt really bad because he had made me so mad and so upset that I wasn't even, functioning properly. I dropped my brand new birthday present in the coffee. So he went and bought me another one. So I have more than one story like that. This is not the original, but very close. So anyways, that's how we got started on these, and we actually have four or five of these, and this was a really good brand, and this actually still works if you put a battery in it. It still has music on it, but it's I don't even know how many gigabytes it is, but you know, it only holds like 500 songs, which I found out really quick was not enough. But I used it, you know, for a couple years, and then I started saving money because I really wanted the actual iPod. And even then, I didn't even realize how much I was gonna like iPods until I bought this one. And not that Apple's perfect. I'm not saying they're the best company ever, because I could tell you this big whole sob story recently about how they really ticked me off, but I won't go into that because I'm supposed to talk about music. Okay. So anyways, last year for my birthday, I got me an iPod Touch. So, and I was really excited about it. I had this for like 2 months, and I saw that somebody had this, and I'm like, oh, I had no idea they had something like this that did more than just music. I mean, there's like the notes, and you can put pictures on here, and your address book. I mean, it's like everything all in one. I was able to take out so much out of carrying in my purse because I've got this bad boy that I carry with me instead. So, and I've got all these different, there's one screen of apps, which I eventually got games for my kids to keep them happy when we're in the store and stuff like that. And just some funny one. I got a Kindle. I have the beep button that goes beep. So if I want to beep somebody out, I can just beep them. I've not actually used it, but I guess it's just fun to have. It was free. So I got a Kindle app on here. Not that I really read a whole lot. I'm really bad about that, but it's nice to have it. Got a little piano keyboard, games for the kids, Focus on the Family, podcast, got a couple radio stations. I got the Bible on here. So now when I have a really bad morning, and like a really bad Sunday morning, or it could be any morning, but I get to church and I'm like, God, I have my Bible with me. I know there's some in the pew, but I feel weird having someone see me pull out the Bible from the pew, but I have it on here. And it's the version that I prefer, so it's just nice to have. Just in case. If you don't have your Bible, nice to have. So anyways, I was going to scroll through some music. Put on songs. I have 2,354 songs on this iPod, which we have more than that on the actual iTunes, but I don't, there's like some of the kids have music on there. I've made CDs for my dad and stuff like that, so there's music on there that I don't really want on my iPod, but that's how many I have on my iPod, which depending on who you ask, I actually know people that have way more music either in their library or on their iPod than even what this is. So, but for me, I think that's a lot of music, so I like a lot of different kinds of music, so. And I will just say that right now, I'm totally in love with 2 songs, okay? One of them is Lemonade by Chris Rice, which I'm going to be, hopefully it's in my mind, to blog about that. But the other one is Forget You by, oh my God, I don't know his name, CeeLo Green? Let me see. I'm not going to play him for you. I'm just... there you go. Yeah, CeeLo Green, that's his name. Anyways, just love those songs. I don't know why. And that is, oh, nope, don't want to play you. Forever. Good song, but no, I don't want to play you. So I thought just for fun, we'll just maybe look at some of my music that I have on my iPod. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is the kids one. It's Trading All My Sorrows, No Not One. I don't have the music up. I don't know if you want to hear it or not. Yeah, and if I ever hear music going, and if you really know me in real life, in person, you know this is true. That anytime music's going, I start my bopping. So hear the music, and here we go. Okay, so that's a kids one. Let's see what else we got. I've got it on shuffle. Drop It Low. Jim loves this song. He just thinks it's funny to sing. It's actually one of my Zumba songs, so it's a good routine. Hey, hey. Okay. Sandi Patty. Gotta have some Sandi Patty on your iPod because I know she's old school and I know she got a lot of flack years ago because she went through a divorce, and I'm not saying that I believe in supporting divorce, but you know, I know she got a lot of flack from the Christian/church community for that. So, but, and quite honestly, any of her new stuff, if she even does stuff anymore, I don't even know what it is. I like anything Sandi Patty from the 80s through mid-90s, I probably have on here. She's fun to sing. Oh! You were never, I just scared my dog and woke up my daughter even more. Look, Susie, I did not plan this at all. It was on shuffle. I am totally serious. Totally serious. See, this is what I call a God moment because, yeah. Love song for number 2. Oh, but it's not the song that I thought it was. I freaked out a little too early. This is called One Song. But it's the CD that I just bought and mailed to you. How cool is that? That's a God thing. Okay. Michael W. Smith. You know, there actually used to be a day where I did not really, other than, okay, he's got his classic, iconic Friends song. Love that. I've always loved it. But I was just kind of brought up in a church that his kind of music was way too contemporary. I mean, he was just kind of frowned upon, and he went over to the secular side for a little bit. And it's just kind of the kind of church I brought up in. And then when this CD came out, people were talking about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't like Michael B. Smith. He's way too contemporary. I used to be a really big music snob. But then I actually got the CD because people that I knew that were really good Christians and everything were really talking good about it. So, okay, we bought it, and I totally love it. Love Michael W. Smith music now. Okay. Ooh, How Can I Fear by Shelley Hamilton. This is just piano praises. Shelley Hamilton and Ron Hamilton. He's Patch the Pirate. If you're familiar with Bob Jones University and Majesty Music and stuff like that, really big popular name for that company and stuff. So this is actually, my dad has one of those machines that you can take a tape and you can record it onto a CD. And this tape, oh no, this is the second one. It's the other tape that I got first. I won it in a Sunday school contest when I was still in high school, and I've had it all these years, and it still plays. I still have it and play it in my car or rare places that I actually have a tape player. But when my dad got this machine, I put it onto a CD, which then I was able to put it onto my iPod. So I like having that. Home Improvement theme song. I have a lot of theme songs. I looked it up once. I have like 250 TV show theme songs on my iPod, just various fun ones of shows I like to watch. That's another TV show, Grizzly Adams. Ooh, Whitney Houston, How Will I Know? Got lots of 80s music on here. I was an 80s child, and so, yeah, got lots of, I'm trying not to sing so I don't want to scare you guys off. More 80s. That's more. I'm trying to find more varieties. God Bless the USA. See, I'm patriotic. I love it. I cry. I tear up and, you know, get all emotional when I hear God Bless the USA. I got it on there. Ooh, Sound of Music. Absolutely. I was actually in the Sound of Music last summer as a nun and really enjoyed that. And it's always been one of my all-time favorite musicals and movies to watch and stuff like that. And actually, when I tried out for the Sound of Music, Brianna, she also tried out, and she was telling her class at school, there was not anybody in her, which then, what grade, yeah, she would have been in 4th grade again, none of the kids knew what the Sound of Music was. I'm like, that's kind of sad. Kids don't know what the Sound of Music is? What's wrong with them parents? I know. Journey, not my favorite Journey song, but okay, I have lots of kids songs on here. This is I Know a Chicken. I don't think anybody's gonna know that song, but I know a chicken and he laid an egg. Yeah, I always had to be prepared for my children because you never know when they're going to be having a meltdown or you're in the car and you want them to behave. So you gotta be prepared. Always gotta be prepared. This is another tape to CD. Christ Was Born in Bethlehem. This is when I was a senior in high school. My choir, or the choirs of the high school, we made a tape and sold them. And it was like a fundraiser thing. And I'm singing on that. You can't hear me individually, but it's a group effort. Okay, we'll just do a few more. I have a lot of instrumental music. I actually like elevator music. I do. I like instrumental versions of almost any song out there. And that's what this is. It's actually really good for my Pilates class. But, so I like to have it on there. But I like elevator music. I think it's, when they put me on hold on the telephone and I'm like listening and I start singing whatever song it is. I like that. It's not boring. It's good. Jeremy Camp. Christian artist. Love him. Michael Jackson, I do. I love his music. I can't really say I'm a fan of him, but his music, I love it. I have a lot, especially after he died. I went and got all these CDs with all of his, most popular hits and everything else. So, kind of thinks my age, because when growing up in the 80s, he was so popular and had all these popular songs. I remember watching Thriller on MTV. Yes, I did that. I was bad. My parents didn't want me to, but I did. So, Michael Jackson, You Are Not Alone. That was a 96 Grammy nominee. Didn't know that. This is another instrumental. You know what I should have done? I should have just looked at my iPod because it has a clock up there. But I'm going to end soon, I promise. This is Salute to the Oscars. This is Boston Pops. I love instrumental music. You could take me to an orchestra or a symphony, or this is the Boston Pops. I would love any day. You just hand me tickets and say, let's go, and I will go to a concert like that. Absolutely. Go Fish. Gotta love Go Fish. If you don't know about Go Fish and you have children, you have to check out the music. I have, I think, almost all of their CDs. Okay, we'll do 5 more, okay? Silver Spoons. Another TV song. I actually have a wide selection of Christmas music on my iPod at all given times because I love Christmas music, and not just at Christmas time. Yeah, I kind of get sick of it, but that's because I know when to change up the music and I can't talk with the singing. Have a cup of cheer. Okay. I was hoping he would come up. Barry Manilow! I have all of his very popular and famous songs. Maybe some that you don't even know. I have, okay? Years ago, I would have been in 6th grade, and 7th grade choir sang this song. And what it was I Can't Smile Without You. And I knew I had heard that song before, and I knew that my dad had that song on a tape. So I went and I found that tape, and I listened to the tape, and I just really liked the music. So ever since I've been, junior high, I've been aware of who Barry Manilow is. And then it just kind of grew. I just liked his music, and my choir teacher, detested him. Miss Sneeder, I've mentioned him before. He detested him, and so because I worshiped that teacher so much, not literally, but figuratively, it just made me like him even more. I've seen him in concert 3 times. 4. 3 or 4. I don't remember, actually. Jim took me to my first concert when I was pregnant with Angel, so I love his music. Any of his music. And Mandy, hello! We got a daughter named Mandy, and he sings Mandy, which was actually written about his 2 beagles. I read his biography. I know these little things. Davy Crockett. I don't know why I have it. I totally lost track. I told you only 5 more songs, and I lost track, but let me see. Ooh, Dora Ha, imagine that. This is a record, okay? That thing that my dad has, it also takes records and put them on a CD too. This is I literally remember the day this record came in the mail. I remember 2011 Dewey walking out the door, looking up in the mailbox and seeing this big box sticking out. And my mom took it out and it was a record that for some reason was for me. Or maybe it was for all the kids, but I was special. But, so yeah, I still have the record. I have a lot of records that I've kept. This is probably, from my earliest childhood. I was probably 4 or 5 maybe. I don't know. But you can't find this anywhere. I've looked. You can't find it on tape. You can't find it in CD. It was a special limited release on a record, and I still have it. Because I'm special. Okay. I'll stop with this one. I could go for hours, I think. And I have no idea how long I've been talking on there. So, Gotta Have You Some Grease, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. I just have a wide variety of music. I have classical on here. I didn't get to it, but I have classical. Right there's one. Classical. I actually have Justin Bieber on here. He's got a couple cute songs. I'm not crazy about him, but he's got some cute songs. So I've got oldies, and I've got 80s, and I've got, instrumental. I've got elevator music, and you name it, I got it. And I don't know. I would love to hear if you have an iPod, or even if you don't, what kind of music do you like to listen to? Do you have? They always say that there's that hidden song that you'd be I have Milli Vanilli. That's the one I always bring up. I have Milli Vanilli because Jim had that CD when I met him. I'm like, you're not getting rid of that. Number one, I love those songs. I don't care if they're lip syncing it. I love them songs, and we still have the CD, so I have it on my iPod. But there's always those hidden songs, like people, you'd be embarrassed or people would be shocked if they knew that you had that song. I've got a lot of those. I got some AC/DC, I got Metallica, I don't know, you name it, I got it. Ask me, do you have this song, or do you have this artist, or do you have this genre? There's a few that I might be able to say, no, I honestly don't have that, but yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll let you know. So, okay, I'll stop, and I'm probably going to see the time and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I talked for so long. And I'm actually now, see, this kind of got me turned around because I was tired. I didn't want to clean the house. And now that I'm talking and got all worked up, I'm in the mood to go clean my house. So, you guys have a good week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.